Hello and welcome to this video for introduction on VMware ESXi installation and configuration. In this video, we will cover the basic information on some of the required components that would be part of the series, like installation of ESXi using interactive mode, deploying ESXi host using scripted installation, deploying ESXi hosts using auto deploy, installing vSphere client, configuring NTP settings on ESXi host, configuring DNS and routing, licensing an ESXi host. Firstly, let's understand what ESXi is. ESXi is a hypervisor built directly on top of x86 hardware that abstracts the underlying hardware and allows multiple virtual machines to use the same hardware resources. It includes an ultra thin architecture and the memory footprints in 32 MB, making it more reliable, and it also takes a few minutes to install. There are two different types of ESXi: ESXi embedded and ESXi installable. Both use the same code and provide us with the same functionality and features, depending on the licenses used. ESXi embedded is available in the original equipment manufacturer (OEM format), and it is installed on USB or an SD card when the hardware is being purchased. ESXi installable is a traditional form of installing the hypervisor on a local disk or SAN using an ISO image. Next, let's discuss the different vCenter editions and vSphere licenses available. The vCenter Server Essential Edition also centralized management of 3 ESXi hosts. The vCenter Foundation Edition is limited to only 3 ESXi hosts and doesn't support vCenter linked mode or include vCenter Orchestrator. The vCenter Standard Edition is used in a large scale deployment and supports up to 1000 ESXi hosts. The vSphere licenses are categorized for SMB and large enterprise customer. If you are an SMB customer, two kits are available, which are bundled with the hypervisor and the vCenter. The Essential Kit allows you to use up to 3 ESXi hosts, each with 2 physical processors, but this licenses only includes the hypervisor and does not include any other features. The Essentials Plus Kit allows you to use up to 3 ESXi hosts, each with 2 physical processor, and this kit includes features such as vMotion, high availability, data protection, vShield endpoint, and vSphere replication, along with vSphere hypervisor. If you are running more than 3 ESXi hosts in the environment and looking for more vSphere features, then you might consider using one of the following licenses: Standard, Enterprise, or Enterprise Plus. To ensure a successful vSphere deployment, you need to procure the right hardware. VMware has put together a list of supported servers and hardwares after the vendors have done extensive testing. You can find the list of supported vendors and their hardware for the vSphere deployment on the VMware Compatibility Guide. Before installing ESXi, make sure that your hardware meets the following requirements: a supported 64-bit processor with minimum of 2 cores, CPU with support for LAHF and SAHF instructions, NX XD bit enabled for the CPU in the BIOS. 2 GB RAM is required for the successful installation of the ESXi, but VMware recommends at least 8 GB RAM in the production environment. Hardware virtualization has to be enabled to run 64-bit virtual machines and a minimum of 1 gigabit or 10 GB network adapter. Now let's move on to a different deployment options for ESXi. Interactive ESXi installation, scripted ESXi installation, auto deploy ESXi installation, and customize installing with ESXi image builder. We will discuss this deployment options for ESXi in the upcoming videos. Once you have successfully installed ESXi, you need to configure NTP settings, DNS and routing, and licenses on ESXi host. That's all for this video on VMware ESXi installation and configuration. We hope you found it informative and helpful. Thank you for watching.